Hey dolls! Today on this Eat Pretty episode, I am going to show you guys how I make my iconic buttercups. I have a finished one right here. This is what it looks like. I made this one kind of like thin. I think it's a pretty decent size. And then the topping, it's like a nut brittle situation. Turns out different every time because I don't really follow an exact recipe every time, but we accept her, we love her. If you want to know, if you guys would like to know more about like the benefits and like why I've chosen each ingredient for my sweet little buttercups, you can head over to the blog, which I will leave linked down below, and along with the full recipe. Obviously the full recipe will be in this video, but like if you need to see it written down somewhere, click the link in the blog, click a link to the blog down below, and yeah, so let's get into it.
I like to start off making the candied pecans or like this nut brittle stuff that I make first, so that it has plenty of time to cool off while I'm doing the other things, so I can use it as a topping. And I just take a little bit of coconut oil just to oil up the little pot so that it doesn't get sticky, because this is a sugary convection. I add a little bit of maple syrup just because I like the taste. It's not necessarily a necessity, but like it just a little bit in there, and because why not? And now I just mix the sugar and the water and essentially make a simple syrup basically, and let that dissolve. And now that it's dissolved, I add in all the pecans and I stir that all up and make sure everything is nice and coated in the sugary syrup. And then I turn it on high and let it come to a boil. And now once it's at a boil, you can either like let it sit for a little bit. I was more in a rush that day, so I just turned the stove off, made this tin foil thing like tray so that it could like seep out, and then I just lay it all out. And then you can see like where like the syrup and the nuts have like separated a little bit, so I just flatten all the nuts out so that it can evenly be like coated in the sugar and start to cool off and harden like rock candy. It kind of crystallizes. Alright, moving on to the filling for our buttercups. In this tahini, I just wanted to show you that I already did put the honey in it, but it had sunk to the bottom. But I just wanted to prove to you that I had already put the honey in. And vanilla paste and vanilla extract are not necessary, but if you're extra like me, I just like all the vanilla, and so I like to add it all in there. Just mixing all the dry ingredients and the spices and the nuts, and just mixing it up. combine it until it becomes this weird mush blob thing, and it's perfect.
So now we are going to take our melted chocolate. We're going to take just a little bit and pour into each of our little molds very carefully. And honestly, guys, I'll try to find something like this. I'm pretty sure I bought this, had my grandmother buy this for me off of like an infomercial or like QVC whenever I was like 10, because I really wanted it. I was super into cooking, and even though this is like just a chocolate melter, they called it like the chocolate maker, and it was like all these cool things that you could do with it. And we really kind of went all out. We bought like these little chocolate bar molds. I was super into SpongeBob, so we had SpongeBob chocolate bar molds, and you could like, I was advanced. I would put chocolate in it, and then we'd put like candies or nuts like on the back of it, and then whenever you pulled it out of the mold, it was like fancy SpongeBob chocolate bar. But yeah, this is just like, you could really just put chocolate in a bowl in the microwave. I almost said the fridge. No, not the fridge. The microwave, and just melt the chocolate slowly. But honestly, this thing has come in handy not only in my childhood, but my adult life as well. And whenever you make as many buttercups as I do, it comes in really handy. And this is just a weird tool that came with it. This tool does come in handy to coat the bottom. Just push it around. I was having a lime green moment at whatever age I was when I got this. It's not my color now, not a color that I gravitate towards. I just really wanted to be different and unique, and even though I've always been so girly, like I'm so girly, I denied myself girliness. There's actually a picture of me when I was little. It was Christmas time. We went to go see Santa Claus, you know, at the mall, because that's what grandmothers like to do, to take you to do or whatever. And it's a cute picture or whatever. I refused to dress up. I refused to look cute. I was wearing a camo shirt and skirt outfit. Oh, but because it was winter, you know, in Kentucky, where we actually have seasons, I was wearing jeans under my camo skirt. So I mean, I am just a trendsetter. That picture really is out there somewhere. I wonder. I should find that. It's actually kind of funny. But anyways, I was having a lime green moment. Chose this lime green. Of course, they had other colors, you know. But no, we wanted the lime green. Because, you know, even though I wasn't feeling girly at that time, I was still extra. I was still like, hello, look at me. My bedroom was this exact same color at the time. Why my parents are very amazing people. I cannot believe they let me paint my room that color. But it wasn't called lime green, no. It was called Jemmy Neutron's Atomic Vomit Green. So, I actually really liked that show. Anyways, so, little story time while we make our sweet little buttercups. Almost done. Finishing up, evening out the layers. And everybody loves these, by the way. Carter loves them. It's just like, they're not too sweet. There are health benefits involved. Carter doesn't believe that, but there are. Now what we're going to do with our tahini mixture, so we're gonna scoop up a little bit. And then make like a little patty. Oh, and here, I'll show you guys kind of like, where's a good one? Okay, so I just like coated the bottom just a little bit. And I just put this little patty in there. And now I will say, the first time I made this, I did way too much chocolate to tahini mixture ratio. So now I do like a very thin layer on the bottom, do a pretty decent amount of tahini, and then do a thin layer of chocolate on the top. And that's just what I like the best. Okay, so really quick, I'm gonna okay, so you can see that there's like a little bit of chocolate, but like the patty. Now we're gonna take our chocolate and drizzle a little bit over it. Then you're just gonna do this along all of them. Just finish covering the top with the chocolate. Okay, so now here we have our, basically it's like a nut brittle situation. I don't know, I just, you know, I watched a few, or like I tried a few real recipes, but then I just like was like, whatever, I'm just making it up and it works, so it's great. So just gonna scoop some. That's a bit much for one whole one, but you're just gonna sprinkle this on top of them. Very carefully. Or not so carefully. Doesn't matter, it's great. It tastes so good. There are no freaking rolls. Not at all. No siree, not in this household. Except no eating on the duvet. Really no doing anything on the duvet. It's white, it's from Anthropologie, so you know it's expensive. I'm a freak. That's my catchphrase, is not on the duvet. Babe, what's the other thing I say? What's my other catchphrase? Not on the duvet. What's the other one? Can you hear me?
Meow.
I do meow a lot. Isn't there another one? What do I say? I feel like no burping. Burping in my old age makes me want to yak. No, I get it. You can't help if you're burping. Like, sometimes I burp, but like, you just gotta keep it in your mouth and like, not be near me. Okay, so this is what they look like. They're like still. Okay, and then I pop all of these in the freezer. And these molds, the silicone molds, once they're completely frozen, it's just so easy to just peel it out and then eat it. And that's how you make a buttercup.